The Expert Appraisal Committee (EAC) of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, in a meeting held on 6th to 7th June 2024, scrutinized several industrial projects in the Industry 3 sector. In this video, we have included several cartoon images created by Google Gemini. Some of the names may appear distorted. We hope you will enjoy this presentation. The meeting was held under the chairmanship of Professor Dr. A.B. Pandit. The decisions taken in the meeting contain some questionable points regarding emissions and certain other aspects. Before coming to that, let's see why the EAC flags significant concerns over EIA reports and technical issues in projects, particularly by two EIA consultants, Paramers and SAGE consultant. Deliberating the proposal of Srimad Specialty Chemical for synthetic organic chemical manufacturing plant in Neja village in Anand district of Gujarat, the EAC observed that there are several mistakes in the EIA report prepared by the NABT accredited EIA consultant Paramers. The committee noted that there is a nala or a creek is flowing at a mere distance of 84 meters from the project site. The EAC has sought a completely revised EIA report and deferred the project. In another case, SRAJ Industries, SRAJ Industries, or you can say SRAJ Industries, proposed a bulk drugs and drug intermediates manufacturing unit with a production capacity of 35 ton per month in MIDC Chincholi industrial area, Chincholi village, Mahol Taluk in Solapur district of Maharashtra. The EAC reviewing the proposal noted that the proximity of the project site to the Great Indian Bustard GIB Wildlife Sanctuary in Ahmednagar and Solapur districts. According to the notification dated 11th February 2020, the eco-sensitive zone EAZ around the sanctuary extends from 0 to 400 meters. SRAJ Industries has indicated that the sanctuary is 0.3 to 0.35 kilometers from the proposed project boundary. However, the expert committee found that the exact distance between the project's boundary and the EAZ remains unclear. To proceed, the committee has asked a detailed map showing the distance between the project site and the EAZ and the GIB sanctuary, duly authenticated by the Chief Wildlife Warden. Consequently, the project has been deferred. The proposal of AI Hind lubricants for a synthetic organic chemicals manufacturing unit with a production capacity of 18,000 kiloliter per year in village Usar in district Palghar, Maharashtra was reviewed by the expert committee. The committee found that the proposal was immature due to an incomplete technology process for biodiesel production. They suggested providing a detailed technology process including a process flow diagram. There is no process flow diagram, you can imagine, and chemical reactions. Additionally, they noted that the significant wastewater generated during esterification and asked for an action plan with a budget and timeline to address public hearing concerns. The EIA consultant, SAGE, Sustainable Approach for Green Environment, has been asked to ensure that all technical issues are addressed in the EIA report before uploading it online. And consequently, the proposal was again deferred. One of the proposals examined was from Asa Resins Private Limited. The company has announced an ambitious expansion plan to significantly increase the production capacities at its facility located in Danur village under the Kate Tehsil of Pune district in Maharashtra. The proposal discussed in the EC was about the amendment in EC, and the amendment relates to Greenbelt. The company says a new Greenbelt with total area covering 0.2618 hectares, or you can say 40.2% of the project area. The number of trees is also set to increase from the existing 30 numbers to 590. The proposed tree density is ambitious, but it raises concerns about practicality and maintaining such high density in long run. The land to develop Greenbelt to be utilized is from the village and not owned by the company. This is the first concern. Further, the timeline of the Greenbelt development has also been pushed by 1 year, suggesting a potential delay and lack of urgency. Several critical issues must be highlighted regarding this proposed expansion. Firstly, the reliance on the additional land from Gram Panchayat raises questions about the sustainability and the long-term viability of the Greenbelt. The use of public land for private Greenbelt expansion can have adverse effects on local community and environment. Furthermore, the high tree density is questionable as maintaining such a dense population may not be feasible, leading to potential tree mortality and failure to achieve the desired environmental benefits. The EAC has outlined additional requirements for the proposed amendments, including compliance with the latest guidelines for handling styrene. This is a critical issue given the hazardous nature of styrene and the potential risks to both environment and public health. Now, there are certain proposals where the EAC has probably not seriously considered the emission data or standards. Another important proposal was from Bahu Panels Private Limited, which sought EC to add captive resin plant, melamine urea, formaldehyde resin, and urea formaldehyde resin manufacturing unit to its existing facility in Sherpura, Savli Halol Road, Vadodara district, Gujarat. During the review, the EAC noted that the proposed plant's boundary extended beyond the plot area, encroaching upon the service lane and main road. Consequently, the EAC has sought a revised layout map with proper geo-referencing. Additionally, the committee has asked Bahu Panels Private Limited to submit a land ownership document and land use conversion documents. The committee has also asked for recheck of generation of fly ash quantity and an action plan for storing and disposing the fly ash. Among other points, the committee asked for a recheck of ground level concentration of SO2 and other parameters as they seem to be on a higher side. A revised air quality modeling along with input data must be submitted. Rechecks of COD and BOD values in surface and groundwater monitoring have also been directed. Accordingly, the decision has been deferred. The EAC also sought scientific justification for changing the capacity of the boiler and DG sets. However, it did not address common probable emissions from the boiler and DG set. The EAC document mentioned probable emissions from the 28.3 ton per hour TPH wood waste fueled boiler and 1500 kVA DG set. The emissions include particulate matters less than 150 mg per nm cube, sulfur dioxide less than 100 ppm, and NOx less than 50 ppm. According to the latest standards issued by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change on 16th May 2023, if boilers are run on agro-based fuels or bagasse, the prescribed standard is 250 mg per nm cube. For other fuels, the prescribed standard is 100 mg per nm cube. Furthermore, there are no applicable standards for SO2 and NO2 for boilers run on agro-based fuels. For a 1500 kVA DG set running on HSD fuel, the emission standard for particulate matters is only 75 mg per nm cube and it is not 150 mg per nm cube. Therefore, setting a probable emission of 150 mg per nm cube is erroneous. Further, very importantly, the EAC document also did not discuss emissions from the DG set concerning carbon dioxide and non-methane hydrocarbons. Notably, the stack height for the 1500 kVA DG set is written to be 11 meters only, which is completely inadequate according to the Ministry's 2002 notification. This regulation mandates a minimum stack height of 30 meters or 30 meters from the ground level or 6 meters above the building where the generator is installed. So these are very significant points which the ministry's EAC has missed. This video till the end, we are trying to inform you on how irresponsibly the EIA reports have been prepared and how irresponsibly or how lightly the environmental appraisal is being done by the Expert Appraisal Committee constituted by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. And it is important to note that many times the companies, the projects, the project proponents, the consultants, they come back to the ministry, to the Expert Appraisal Committee, and say that we have written such and such in the proposal, in our application, in our proposal, which is completely clearly written on the EAC's minutes of meeting or any other document. So it is very important in the part of the EAC to review such type of data, information and documents. Not only this, in the proposal of Meenakshi Agrochemicals seeking the environmental clearance for establishment of agrochemicals, pesticides, technical and intermediate specialty chemicals manufacturing industry, and with a 2 megawatt captive power plant CPP in Kadechur industrial area, Yadgiri district of Karnataka. Also, the permissible limits mentioned for boiler of 10 TPS and 15 TPS capacity, DG set of 500 kVA and 1000 kVA have been the same, which is completely incorrect. In the proposal of SIBA Performance Materials Private Limited seeking EC for expansion in the existing unit located in Vadodara district, Gujarat, also emission standards of boiler and DG sets have been the same issue. However, the boiler standard is considered to be 150 mg per nm cube, while the requirement is 500 mg per nm cube. And there is no standard for SO2 and NOx. The proposal has been recommended for the grant of EC. The expert committee approved the proposal of Mobichem Private Limited for the project of basic organic-chemicals manufacturing, which also has a combination of non-EC products in GIDC industrial estate of Ankleshwar in Bharuch district, Gujarat. Sun Envirotech Private Limited is the EIA consultant to the project. The EAC shows that under the heading of probable emissions, it has given particulate matters to be 150 mg per nm cube, SO2 100 mg per nm cube, not ppm here, NOx 50 mg per nm cube, again not ppm here, for both 500 and 1000 kVA DG sets. The emission characteristics for DG sets of 500 and 1000 kVA are entirely different from what is legally mandated as per notified standards. This kind of oversight is critical when considering potential legal consequences in future even. For instance, a multinational company in Haryana, in the NCR, operating for almost more than 40 years was recently charged with an environmental compensation of 81 lakh by the CAQM for violations in stack height. Despite having valid consent to operate and renewed consent to operate regularly, specifying a stack height of 12 meters, the company faced the penalties. Such discrepancies should not occur when experts are appraising a project, and most importantly, the NABET accredited EIA consultants are preparing the reports and submitting the proposals.